first jam of the day. Sometimes when I do these proof of work videos, they're later at night and I've already done a bunch of drumming for the day. But it's 11 a.m. Baby girl down for her nap. Mama and the boy are at a pod class, trying out a new teacher. So I get to do some work. This is a very typical way I start off my routines, especially for the day. So the down tap up, down tap up, down tap up, down tap up, down tap up. I have another video where I talked about the 4 strokes that pretty much comprise everything we do as drummers. Down, down, down. So the down tap up, those are 3 of them. The other one is full stroke. That's not involved in this particular pattern. We'll go to the left. So yeah, these proof of work videos, again, it's not all my practice, obviously, but these are the ones where I can do it here at home. It's quiet, when it's quiet, right? Most of the time. Sometimes there's the TV going with the boy on the couch, but most of the time I try to do it while it's quiet. It's interesting, I felt a burn in my right forearm pretty quickly with this one today. I don't feel it in the left, not yet. Just trying to, of course, do the pattern as it is, but as I'm doing this, my fingers and my thumb are experimenting and searching. I don't know if it comes across in the video, but how tight or loose I'm holding the stick has an effect on the sound. It's something as I've gotten older and played more, I'm becoming more aware of. There might sound a little more open. I've loosened my hand a bit. If I tighten back up. I'm really just doing the same thing, but different pressure in the hand. I'll loosen it. back fingers have loosened a little bit. Even the thumb and the index have loosened. Anyway. Kind of changing the technique a little bit. Doing almost a little bit more of a molar movement at the moment. Got a little outward movement from the elbow. Breaking the wrist in a different way. Probably could have gone to one hand at a time first, but whatever. I ended up here. Go with it. Try to let my shoulders relax. We switch to, we'll go to an 8 on a hand, I guess. 1, 2, and we're going to go 5, 6, 7, 8. So now here, these I'm using mostly these full strokes, right? Where I'm letting that stick bounce back up, full range of motion. The last one, the 8th stroke, is a down. I do stop it in that down position. I could do it like this, where I consider this the starting position, with both hands up in the air. Ooh. Feels different doing it from here. I don't usually do this. I'm almost always in the down position. But I'll talk to students. Sometimes I'll run into students that have trouble, beginner students, letting the stick bounce. Right? They want to like push it into the drum. Very stiff in the wrist. So for them, I'll tell them to start the stick up high like this and try to just let it return back. It helps them start to understand it. And then eventually we can go back to doing it from this position. It's just that takes that manual lift there to start. So again, that first pattern I was doing, the down tap up pattern, many times that's the first thing I do in a day. It covers those first, the three primary strokes, the down, the tap, and the up. And then quite often, I go to this second. And now this one sort of, we go to that full stroke, right? And trying really stretching out the wrist. And now between these two patterns, you're essentially working on your 4 primary things. Obviously, some of the most basic forms, right? When you get more complicated, not as simple. But if you only got a few minutes in the day to do a couple things, do these 2 things. It would be good good maintenance work. Obviously, if you've got less time, you do it for not so long. I'm taking my time, just enjoying it right now. Really trying to detach from it, not think about the 8 on a hand so much. Talking is part of it. So weird. Just talking about not thinking about it made me start thinking about it. I got lost. I'm like, oh my God, what am I doing? Anyways. Feels good. Nice and loose, letting that stick bounce. Letting the back fingers sort of ride along. Not really using the fingers to move the stick, but they are there. Later on, we're going to get into the fingers. I've been spending time recently trying to get my finger technique a bit more dialed in. Something I never spent like really substantial time developing. I've always been focused mostly on the wrist and arm power stuff. Last couple months I've been really trying to develop some finger stuff. It's time consuming. Let's go to triplets. 12 on a hand. this one. I call this the loose 3. And what's happening here is basically 2/16 and an 1/8. 2 EN, 3 EN, 4 EN, 1, 2, 3. Now, right now, I'm only in the thumb and the index. I'll move my back fingers a little bit out, right? So I'm not, those back fingers are not involved. And I'm just doing this to try to get the stick to feel that movement between the thumb and the index, which is of course the pivot spot for when we're doing finger techniques, right? That stick needs to bounce in between the thumb and the index. I'm going to go to the right. Again, just kind of searching in the fulcrum. Right? Like when I'm doing this, I'm really paying attention to the thumb and the index. Just paying attention to what different places where I can feel the stick being the most firm. I don't know how to explain it, but I'm not just doing this like do the same 3 notes over and over again, right? I'm doing this and exploring. Like even right now, the way I just move my hand, it's like I closed up that gap a little bit. I don't know, something changed, right? It feels different right now. So I just keep it going. So I'm feeling a little burn right now. Like this is like feeling a little bit tired with this particular pressure that I'm using. Go both hands. Loosen up that right hand. So again, now I'm just both hands together. Do a little bit of this. And then I'm going to switch, or where am I going to go? I'm going to go bringing in the rest of the fingers. I'm not sure how this part's going to go. I usually try to do them a little bit like one at a time, but I don't have an exact routine at this point. I'm just going with this. This feels... Feel some stuff in my right hand with this. Okay, so I'm going to start to bring the middle finger into this. I've released, you can see my index. I probably should go to one hand at a time. Let's go to the right hand first. I've released my index, so now the pivoting is still happening here between the thumb and the index, but the tip of the finger is not doing anything. doing the middle finger as the spring. I don't know what to call that. Trigger. Okay, focus. And what I'm doing now with the middle, again, I'm exploring the finger, trying to find different places. It's hard to see. I don't even know what it would look like underneath. Even if I had a camera pointing up, I don't even know what it would look like. But just exploring a little bit. So right now, like, I'm using like the tip of my middle as the contact point, something like that it feels like. And then here, I'm just bringing the finger a little bit deeper. I don't quite have it. I have this on the right, but my left doesn't have it. Ooh, interesting. Little hole. Okay, I'm using the index. I'll get it going again. Yeah, little hole. Oh, I can definitely feel the strength in my right compared to my left on this. My left is starting to feel really weak. Interesting. Alright, bringing the ring. I'm bringing them all in. All the fingers. I get the ring, the pinky. Sometimes we go and work those individually. Maybe I'll come back to that later. I'm going to turn the hand in a little bit. Kind of go a little bit more to this sort of French grip. Again, just looking for that cradle, really specifically in the index. Even here, I'm trying just the index alone. When you turn over to this grip, it feels different than when you're in the American grip. Yeah. My control here has gotten better. Still not great. I'm going to bring the middle. So I'll move to the left for a second. You can kind of see. I'm going to go straight 16. Have some coffee. Just kind of staying on one hand for a little goes out of control more quicker than my left does. But in all honesty, I tend to favor my left, meaning I work the left more than the right, or I try to. But my right is usually still faster than my left. But yeah, I'm feeling some pull. Interesting. Really trying to just let the fingers really just follow the stick. So they're on the stick the whole time. Right, the stick and the fingers are staying almost connected consistently. Feels like sometimes the stick might come off those back fingers a little bit. Using that middle finger as a fulcrum. Yeah, this stuff that I'm doing right now is really sporadic. Like, obviously I'm just doing the same thing over and over again, but my hand is changing. I kind of do things until they tire out. Again, here I'm trying to find a more comfortable place in my index. I don't know, it's a weird thing. Them. You know, some of this is playing, right? It's like, doesn't sound great off time. Like you can see even my hands are like uncomfortable or doing weird things, and I'm like, right now I'm squeezing really hard. Anyways, let's go to some singles. Release. So I'm still doing 16th notes, right? But I'm doing it as a hand-to-hand pattern, single stroke roll, which obviously is going to feel different because now each of my hands are just playing eighth notes, so half. So I've really just cut it in half. Kind of going back to the wrist motion again, sort of in like, just comfortable, right around like mezzo piano, mezzo forte. Right, exactly. It was a medium loud, medium quiet type of, not quite quiet, not quite loud. But what I was going to say about the nastiness of some of the playing is that, again, I'm calling all these videos proof of work. Most people probably never going to watch this. If you're watching this, well, hey, I hope there's some value. I mean, if you're watching at this point, I don't know. Thank you. But also, like, I don't know. I hope it's doing something for you. But work is not always pretty. It involves lots of trial and error, many times more error than anything else, it seems. And so, just putting it out there, not sound good, right, as you're exploring. As long as you keep on saying, okay, I need to keep trying to sound better, you know, it's all good. I always like to equate it to gold. Gold, obviously, very valuable, precious metal. For many reasons. We don't need to get into that. But everybody knows gold. However, getting gold is a nasty job. Gold mining, dangerous, dirty. Right? The gold is usually deep in the dirt, deep in the earth, covered. So that process of getting it out of the ground and then refining it and then getting it to the point where it actually is like a gold coin or a gold necklace, it's a long, arduous task. And it's not always pretty. So, in search of becoming a better player, increasing your value, don't be afraid to get dirty, get ugly, get nasty. Again, throughout that whole rant, I'm just doing 16th note single strokes. But again, I'm exploring the hand. Even while I was talking, I was exploring the hand. I'm just finding all these different pockets between each of my fingers and my thumb. Yeah, I don't know. Again, it's hard to explain it. But, like, some things you can't explain. You just have to do the work yourself, and then you'll start to find it. You'll find your own version of whatever it is. But you gotta do the work. And the more you work, the quicker you'll discover these things. Switch to some doubles, yeah? So tying back to the beginning of the video, when I was doing the down tap up, and I said that's quite often the first pattern I do. And then of course the 8 on a hand. And I said between those two patterns, you work the 4 primary strokes needed for drumming. Now after you work through those, and again if we're pretending we don't have a lot of time, you would want to start to just work on your single strokes and your double strokes. Singles and doubles, doubles and singles. Right? Because then those two patterns are basically most of what we do. And we just make different combinations of singles and doubles. And make it seem so easy, right? Yeah, just singles and doubles, you know? Because what you can do with those patterns is, yeah, and then when you get into different sounds and different dynamics, it's just like, yeah, well, obviously the world of drumming is huge. And singles and doubles is what a lot of these guys are using most of the time. You know, yeah, there's other things, obviously, but the foundational element is just your singles and your doubles. Exploring the hands, trying to keep now, this is the first time I've brought dynamics back into this practice routine since the beginning of the routine with the down tap up. Everything else I did after the down tap up has been pretty much all at one dynamic. I probably moved around with volumes a little bit, of course, but nothing was doing what would, this type of stuff was called with the accent mark, right? Where there's an obvious loud note and quiet notes. So yeah, paradiddle, of course. Right, left, right, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. As I was saying about your singles and your doubles, what we do as drummers is make different combinations of those two ideas, those two patterns, and of course the paradiddle. It's the first one that really does that. Right, right, left, left, right, right, left, left, right, 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 left, left, right, right, left, left, right. So it's a single stroke and a double stroke. You could call it a single double instead of a paradiddle. Single double. Single double, single double, single double, single double, single double, single double. Paradiddle, 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 paradiddle. Coffee break. Change that tempo. Wife is texting, saying how's it going. Going good. No, that's not. Going good. Practicing. She's sleeping. How about there? Alright, so that was 78. Let's go up a little bit here. Let's go 94. We'll push it. Ooh. Let's go. Called vent. It's what I would call an expanding pattern. And what that means by that is we start 16ths, 8ths, 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 16ths, 8ths, 8ths, 8ths. 16th, 16th, 8th, 8th, 16th, 16th, 8th, 16th, 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 8th, 16th, 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 8th, 16th, 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 8th, 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 6th, 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 16th, 8th, 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 and then a tag of 16th, triple it. And so the expanding idea is that, of course, each two measures, we just add another grouping of 16 notes to the whole routine. Of course, this one changes that idea a little bit, right? Because we do a full measure of 16ths and then a full measure of 8ths, last measure is only a one-time thing, 2 beats of 16ths, 2 beats of triplets. Let's do it on doubles. I didn't even mean to stop there. It just happened because of the talking. But it worked. Stop right on the 1. And restart. That's double strokes, of course, instead. I'm going to switch into some 16th note triples. Let's see. Hopefully the tempo is not too much. Start off with the single stroke 4. cruise 3 again, up at the new tempo range. Turn the hand over. Just the index. Bring in the middle. Kind of moving through everything a little bit quicker here because I've already done it as a warm-up. So just kind of at a new tempo range. off in the threes. Try that again, yeah? least comparatively to what I do normally. See? The left is the right feels pretty good loosening, the left doesn't. Practice. So, there we go. go to a 16th note click too. Let's work more diddles and stick control. Those are my big missions right now. I'm trying to get both of those better. Do stick control first. tension has risen. It looks like our time here has come to an end. Yep. There we go. That's all she wrote. I don't know, maybe an hour. See you next time.